I was halfway through shutting down my computer when my manager, Travis Holt, clapped his hands loudly and said to the others, "All right, everyone, gather up. Quick announcement." His voice echoed across the office, sharp and smug. I looked up, knowing exactly what was coming. I'd put in my resignation 2 weeks ago, but not a single person had acknowledged it, not a handshake, not a goodbye, nothing. Travis smirked directly at me. "Let's make this clear," he announced proudly. "We don't throw goodbye parties for people who barely contributed." People shifted uncomfortably. A few coworkers kept their eyes glued to their screens. I felt heat rise in my cheeks, the embarrassment hitting me like a slap. I forced a small nod, pretending his words didn't bruise me. I zipped my bag, kept my head steady, and said, "Noted." Travis shrugged. "Honestly, Ava, you should be grateful we let you stay this long." I didn't argue. I didn't cry. I didn't even look at anyone again. I just walked out silently. But deep inside, the humiliation simmered. I spent 4 years building systems that Travis took credit for. I trained half the department. I stayed late nearly every day. And he still wanted to make an example out of me as I left. Fine. If he wanted quiet, I would leave quietly. But the next morning, he would learn what silence really felt like. I woke up at 6:12 a.m., my phone flooded with notifications from former coworkers. "Ava, is this because of you? What did you do?" "Travis is losing his mind." Confused, I rubbed my eyes and sat up. Then I saw the number that made my heart jolt. 32 missed calls. Travis Holt. My stomach dropped. Something massive had happened. Before I could call back, my best friend from the office, Lily Grant, texted, "Everyone is gone. The whole department. Empty. No one showed up today except Travis. I'm calling you." My screen lit up with her call. "Ava, I swear on everything. He came in and every single cubicle was empty. He's been freaking out, running room to room. Even HR is gone." "What? Why?" I asked, still trying to process. "Because they quit, Ava. All of them. The entire team resigned last night." I blinked. "Why would all of them leave at once?" "That's the thing," Lily hesitated. "They all sent the same resignation file. The template you made last month, the one where you listed every problem in the department. Someone leaked it. Everyone used it. And then it hit me. Last month, when Travis blamed me for his mistake and tried to suspend me, I had written a detailed document outlining every toxic behavior in the department. I saved a copy on the shared drive, hidden but not hard to find. It covered everything. A Travis taking credit for other people's work, forced unpaid overtime, manipulating performance reviews, a verbal humiliation, threatening jobs when anyone asked for vacation. But I never meant for that file to go public. "Your file went viral internally," Lily whispered. "Someone sent it anonymously to everyone at once after you walked out. The whole company now knows how bad things were. You should see the email chains. People are thanking you." I sat back, stunned. I didn't need a goodbye party. I didn't need applause. My silence last night had triggered something louder than applause ever could. Meanwhile, at the office, Travis was spiraling. Lily put me on video call, her hand covering her phone as she walked through the hallway. "Look," she whispered. Travis's office was behind her. He was pacing fast, hair messy, his tie crooked, shouting into the phone. "What do you mean they're all gone? You can't just lose 27 employees in one morning." "No, I didn't know they were unhappy." "Who told them?" "Who? Just tell me, who sent that file?" "What do you mean HR quit too?" He slammed his palm against his desk. "No, I wasn't abusive. That's ridiculous. This is Ava's fault. She poisoned them. She wanted revenge." I muttered under my breath. "I didn't do a thing." "Exactly," Lily whispered. "That's what's scaring him." A few remaining supervisors walked past him without acknowledging him, faces cold, exhausted, done. Every cubicle was empty, chairs overturned, monitors off, drawers half open from last night cleanouts. The place looked like a ghost town. And my manager, who said I didn't deserve a goodbye party, was now standing alone in a silent department that used to operate like a machine. a machine I had kept alive. He had no one left. My phone buzzed again. Travis Holt is calling. 33rd time. I sighed and declined. He immediately texted. Ava, please call me. We need to talk. Ava, this is serious. I need your help. The director wants answers. Please pick up. Ava, I'm begging you, call me. I almost felt bad. Almost. Then he sent the message that made me exhale, a slow, satisfied breath. Please. I'll fix everything. Just come in. The office, it's falling apart. Lily laughed under her breath. Ava, girl, your silence did more damage than any revenge plan could. Maybe so. But this wasn't over. Travis wanted me back? No. He was about to learn exactly what someone undeserving could do. I stood up, grabbed my keys, and said, Lily, I'm going back to the office. Her eyes widened. To help. I shook my head slowly. To finish what he started. By the time I reached the office parking lot, the building looked abandoned. Cars that normally filled every spot were gone. Even the security guard, who usually nodded at me through the glass booth, wasn't there. A strange stillness hung over the place, like the entire company had exhaled at once and disappeared. As I stepped inside, the echo of my own footsteps followed me down the hallway. Every door I passed was open, chairs out of place, sticky notes still stuck to monitors, like people had packed in a hurry. Then I heard it. A frantic voice from the conference room. Ava? Ava, is that you? Please tell me that's you. I stepped inside slowly. Travis was standing there, face pale, sleeves rolled to his elbows like he had been dragging his hands through his hair for hours. The giant screens behind him showed a flood of resignation emails, over 24, with one phrase repeating like a warning siren. I am leaving due to management misconduct and hostile work environment. My file had become the template for all of them. When he saw me, relief washed over his face, so fast it almost made me laugh. Ava. Thank God. Listen, I'm sure you've heard by now, but we have a situation. A situation? I folded my arms. Is that what you call losing an entire department overnight? He swallowed hard. The director wants answers, real ones. And I told him you could help fix this. I raised an eyebrow. Fix what you broke. He winced but didn't deny it. Look, I know I wasn't the easiest manager. Maybe I underestimated your contributions. Underestimated? I repeated, incredulous. You humiliated me yesterday for everyone to see. His voice cracked. Yes, I regret that. Deeply. I was frustrated, and I said things I shouldn't have. But Ava, I need you now. If the director thinks this collapse is my fault, it is your fault, I said calmly. He froze. And no, I added, I'm not fixing it. Panic flickered across his face. Ava, please. You know the systems better than anyone. You built half of them. The company can't function without what you created. Exactly, I said quietly. And you never cared. He stepped closer, desperation replacing arrogance. Look, I'll make it right. You want a bonus? A supervisor position? Name it. I shook my head slowly. I'm not coming back. Silence stretched between us. Then I opened my bag and placed something on the conference table, my offer letter. Signed. Dated. With the logo of a major tech firm that had been trying to recruit me for months. Travis's eyes widened. Ava, you already accepted another job? Yesterday afternoon, I said. Right before you announced I didn't deserve a goodbye party. His jaw dropped. And the best part? I added. They reached out again this morning. They want to hire the entire team if I approve them. Same pay. Better environment. He staggered back like I had hit him. You're taking them with you? I'm giving them a place where they're respected, I said. Something you never did. He covered his mouth, disbelief turning into panic. Ava, if the director finds out everyone left because of me, I'm finished. I shrugged. Should have thought of that before you treated everyone like they were replaceable. He sank into a chair, defeated. As I turned to leave, he whispered, Ava, please, don't do this. I paused at the door. Travis, I said softly, you told me yesterday I didn't deserve a goodbye party. I looked him dead in the eyes. Well, this is yours.
He broke.
And I walked out with the calmest steps I'd ever taken. I barely made it to the elevator before my phone buzzed again, this time with a call from an unfamiliar number. I almost ignored it, but something told me to pick up. Hello. Ava? This is Daniel Mercer, Director of Operations. His tone was sharp, controlled, and all business. Are you still near the building? I'm in the lobby, I said.
Good.
Don't leave. I'm coming down. My pulse jumped. If the director was coming to me, something serious was about to unfold. 30 seconds later, the elevator dinged, and Daniel stepped out, tall, composed, suit perfectly pressed. His eyes were focused, assessing, not unkind, but deeply concerned. Ava Henderson, he repeated. The woman half the company apparently wants to follow. I blinked. Follow. He nodded. I've received 27 emails today, all referencing your internal file, all calling you the most competent person they've worked with. People don't leave a manager unless they have someone better to believe in. I exhaled slowly. I didn't ask them to leave. I know. That's what makes this more important. He gestured toward the side hallway. Walk with me. We passed the empty cubicles together, the silence hanging over them like a warning. Daniel studied the scene carefully. Travis said you were the cause of this collapse, he said finally. I laughed under my breath. He would. He also said you're the only one who can fix it. I stopped walking. And, do you believe that? Daniel looked at me fully. I believe you exposed something everyone else was too scared to say. And I believe any department that collapses in 12 hours was already unstable long before last night. A breath I didn't know I was holding loosened. He continued, I already interviewed 3 employees who quit. Their stories match your file. Every detail. So, what happens now? I asked. Daniel clasped his hands behind his back. Travis is being placed under internal review effective immediately. My heart thudded. It was the first real consequence he'd ever faced. But, Daniel added carefully, before I make final decisions, I want to hear from you. Not as someone angry, not as someone wronged, just as the person who knows this department better than anyone. He gestured for me to sit on one of the abandoned desks. I perched on the edge, feeling the weight of what he was asking. What do you want from me? I asked. I want the truth, he said. And I want to offer you something if you're willing. I frown. Offer me what? A leadership position. Not under Travis. Not under anyone who mistreated you. We need someone to rebuild this department. Someone competent. Someone people trust. My throat tightened. You're offering me his job? I'm offering you the chance to design the entire department the right way. A strange mix of pride and disbelief rushed through me. For years of being ignored, talked down to, discredited, and now the director himself was telling me I was the backbone of the entire team. But suddenly, I remembered last night. The humiliation. The silence. Walking out with my dignity barely holding together. I appreciate this, I said, but I already accepted another job offer. Daniel actually smiled. I know. The CEO of that company is a friend of mine. She already told me you're exceptional. My eyes widened. You talked to her? He nodded. She called me this morning to ask about you. And I told her what I saw today. A leader. Warmth spread through my chest, something I hadn't felt at work in years. But, he added, if you decide you'd rather stay here, I'll match her offer and give you full authority to hire your team back, anyone you choose. The temptation hit hard. I could rebuild everything from the ground up. I could bring my coworkers back. I could create a place where no one felt humiliated like I did. But then I pictured Travis's face from earlier, panicked, collapsing under the same pressure he used to put on us. He would lose his power, his arrogance, everything he used to control us. And suddenly, the path forward felt clear. I stood. Daniel, I know exactly what I want. I want to speak to the team first, I told Daniel, before I decide anything. He nodded. They trust you. They'll listen. We stepped into an empty meeting room, and he closed the door behind us. I pulled out my phone and opened the group chat. 30 people, all of whom had walked out last night. My hands trembled slightly as I typed. Everyone. Meeting in 20 minutes at the cafe across the street. My treat. We need to talk. The replies came instantly. On my way. Anything for you, Ava. We follow you. Within minutes, the silent office felt even heavier. It wasn't just empty, it was proof of what loyalty looks like when it's earned, not demanded. When I walked into the cafe, the entire team was waiting. People clapped lightly when they saw me. Lily rushed over and hugged me tight. Thank you, she whispered, for finally saying what all of us were too scared to. I smiled. This isn't about revenge. This is about respect. But deep down, a quiet part of me knew, yes, this was justice. The right kind. I stood on a chair, so everyone could hear. Last night wasn't planned, I said. I didn't expect my file to be shared. I didn't expect any of you to quit. A few people laughed softly. I continued, but I'm grateful you stood up for yourselves. And now we have a choice. I explained Daniel's offer. The leadership position. The authority. The chance to rebuild. Eyes widened around the room. You'd be the director? Lily squeaked. No, I said. I'd be more than that. I'd be in charge of everything we once tried to fix. So, what's the catch? Mark asked. I inhaled. The catch is that staying here means we fix what someone else broke. We'd walk back into the rubble Travis created. Silence. Then Lily asked the question everyone was thinking. What about the other offer? The new company. A slow smile spread across my face. They're willing to take all of us. Same roles. Better pay. Better structure. Remote options. Full benefits. The cafe erupted. You're kidding. All of us. Even support staff. This is unreal. I raised my hands. All of you. If you want it. People looked at each other, excitement building like a wave. But one person asked quietly, what about Travis? I shrugged. He's facing an internal review. The director already knows everything. I don't need to do anything else. And you're okay leaving after everything? I nodded. Leaving is the revenge. It hit the room like a spark. We weren't running. We were rising. After we all ordered coffee and pastries, I stepped aside to call Daniel. He picked up instantly. Ava. I made my decision. He sounded tense. And I'm choosing the new company. And the team is coming with me. There was a pause, respectful, not disappointed. I thought you might, he said. And honestly, I support it. You deserve an environment that sees you. Relief washed through me. But Daniel, I added, there's something else. Yes, you need to hire someone who actually understands leadership. Someone who won't let what happened under Travis happen again. I intend to, he replied. Thank you for your honesty. And thank you, I said softly. We hung up. The door behind me chimed as another team member walked in, cheering. To Ava. I laughed. This isn't about me. It's about all of us. But they insisted, lifting cups and glasses. To Ava. To respect. To new beginnings. To leaving quietly and winning loudly. Their voices filled the cafe with warmth, energy, and hope. The kind I hadn't felt in years. That afternoon, we signed our contracts together. 30 new beginnings. 30 fresh starts. 30 people walking out of a toxic place into something better. And me? I walked away from the office without looking back. My manager once said I didn't deserve a goodbye party. He was right. I deserved a whole new life. And I finally had one.